Welcome back to my channel, Healing Lives with Positivity 24/7, 365. 365 days of positivity is a place where we just, go within by way of obsessively, compulsively, intentionally, literally, just focusing in on all things positive. We all have free will, so what we want to do with our will is hopefully focus on all things positive. It's a good obsession. It's a wonderful addiction, right? There's a lot of things that we can be addicted to, be it good, bad, or indifferent. And I encourage you to fake it till you make it and just focus on all things positive. What does that mean? Fake it until you make it. If you're not feeling good right now, just raise your vibration. Your body and your mind doesn't know the difference. Just tell your mind, you know what, we're doing good, all is well. And at some point, it becomes your reality. This is a beautiful lie. It's a beautiful truth in the middle of a beautiful lie when depression seems to be something that could be consuming you. Depression represents, in my opinion, people that are not living their truth. Yeah. So where are you that you're not in a position where you can be authentically you? If you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. So yeah, I started this platform, y'all. For those of you that are new, welcome, come on in. I hope you decide to like, comment, share, and or subscribe. I started this platform dedicated to my inner child, right? Because she's so triumphant. Oh my goodness, this bright-eyed baby. She is so radiant, she's so beautiful, she's so pure. She chose a life of love, and she had to go through a lot of things that made her prove just how loving she could be. It took a really long time to understand that just because you're filled with love doesn't mean that everybody else is, right? But I dedicate this platform to her, and I know she's proud of me. So from my inner child to your inner child, congratulations. Look at how far you've come. Look at what you've accomplished on an emotional, mental level, right? You know what you've been through. Some of what you've been through, baby, listen, you got every reason to be crazy on purpose. And I feel bad for anybody that's never gone crazy on purpose. You don't even know who you are. You're not even living. Because when you go crazy is when you got to face yourself, face reality as to why you're here. Then you start asking, well, what am I here for? Why did this happen? Why did my mother? Why did my father? Why did my whatever, right? And then you start seeing things from a different perspective by way of understanding. So come on in. If you're returning back to this platform, listen, I'm so glad to see you. I love coming over here having these conversations. Come on in, sit down, stand up, have a beautiful, transparent conversation with Neff. We are not in spiritual court, although I will be going back over there later today. And baby, the downloads, oh my God. Oh, I'm very full right now. I just came from outside sunbathing. My backyard is very private, so I've always wanted to like nude bathe, I guess. But I never had the privacy to do so. It's like I'm caramel on my face. You see my hands are chocolate. I need the whole body to be chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I'm peanut butter color on my chest. So I'm like, you know what? And I just like the sun going into my physical body. And so needless to say, I gotta get some aloe vera, y'all. If you get a chance to get the aloe vera leaf, sometimes they sell it at grocery stores, or the aloe vera plant. You wanna put that all over your skin after exfoliating. Put that all over your body, baby, and go lay in the sun. Thank me later. Thank me later. How is it that I am forever young? This is, I got my secrets, okay? That and vitamin E. Okay, nevertheless, I got off on a tangent, tooting my own horn. But baby, when I come in from sun gazing, I just feel so full. So it's 2:44 on the clock. Let's start out with just taking 3 nice deep cleansing breaths, okay? If you haven't done that already, you cannot mess this up. So don't overthink it. When you find your mind just kind of overthinking something, just lovingly guide yourself right on back to what it is that you're supposed to be thinking about. It's really just that easy. It can really be just that simple. Taking a deep breath through the nose. I love taking these deep breaths, y'all. Like, it's my lifeline to nature, to the universe. Breathing and going with the flow has helped me transmute so much unwarranted energy, trapped energy. When in doubt of anything, of what to do, you know, because sometimes life is just lifing and we get things that we get hit with and we're like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. What do I do? When in doubt, I know this sounds really like, you know, maybe a little patronizing. Breathe. When in doubt, breathe. There's something in that that's so powerful. I thank the Most High for breath, for breathing, because it's a constant reminder to go with the flow. It also is a constant reminder that lets you know that you need to surrender all that is, right? Just when you think you figured it all out, sometimes you realize you know absolutely nothing at all. That, in my opinion, is the beginning of wisdom. It'll always make you give reverence to source of all things, right? You got all these philosophies and ideologies and everybody thinks they know what they know. Most times people are just all over the place. Take from wherever you can take by way of information and leave the rest. Don't confuse yourself with these spiritualities, these religions, these beliefs. I've gone through so many transformations, y'all. Just a little bit about me. You know, I always speak about my past because I hope that somebody can resonate with it in a way that we can grow together and get something from those experiences maybe together, right? As we tell our stories, simultaneously, you know, ascending together. This is why I tell my stories, so that it, you know, I can relate with those people who think that maybe I haven't gone through anything. I don't look like nothing like what I've been through. Well, I'm so grateful. Like, people are like, you're always laughing. I'm like, yeah, because I know what sadness is. Like, now that I got a choice, child, I deliberately, intentionally, on purpose get up and I find something to be happy about. I don't give a damn if it's this countertop. I come into my kitchen like, oh, I'm so glad. Even if my kitchen's a mess or it gets a little untidy, you know, right? I'm grateful for it. I just start getting real silly, like, oh, I'm so glad I get to take my trash out. So I take my trash to the trash can, singing a song. Oh, I'm so glad that I get to go in my backyard and sweep off my patio. Oh, I'm so glad that I get to go into my guest house and create whatever I want. Oh, I'm so glad. Like, I just start getting real silly with it. And the universe is like, okay. And slowly but surely, you are building up your house with all this good positivity. Thank you for my refrigerator that keeps my food cold, right? That's a blessing. Thank you for the fact that I can take a deep breath. These little things sometimes are overlooked. Sometimes it's not the big grandiose things, you know, that we think warrant all the gratitude. It's the little tiny things. Oh, I can wiggle my big toe. I'm so glad. Like, I promise you, I say these things to myself. I get up like, oh my God, I can blink my eyes. I'm so glad I have 20/20 vision. I'm so glad that I can see. I'm so glad that I can speak. I'm so glad that I can move my face muscles. These things right here are vital. Do you want to know why? Because there's somebody somewhere that is doing their best to try to do that, or they just cannot do that in a debilitated situation. I love Joe Dispenza, y'all. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he's an amazing neurological, I don't know what he is, a neuroscientist? Neurologist, thank you, Spirit. And he was in a really interesting car accident where they had pronounced him paralyzed from the neck down. And he goes around the world now. He can walk, he can talk, he can move his arms. And he said how powerful the mind was, how he laid in that hospital bed. I think he was in a hospital bed for 6 months to a year. Now his colleagues were the ones that were diagnosing him. Remember, this is a neurologist, somebody that operates on the brain, the neurological system. It's funny how God gave him his blessing in the middle of what appeared to be the most traumatic time of his life. He said, I laid there in that bed and I said, if I could just get my toe to move, I know that I can get my body to move. Remember, his colleagues, meaning his friends, his co-workers, were now diagnosing him with some type of, hey, you'll never walk again. He says, I never received what they said. I never took it into my mental. This is where being stubborn is a good thing sometimes. You know, people try to speak stuff onto you. You got to watch people. They're tricky. They're cynical. I get this all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm so open with being happy and what I've been through. I always get people that try to speak things over me, or they try to get me involved in whatever they're trying to manifest onto somebody else. I get a lot of, you know, dark energies, right, coming towards my light, because naturally they want to test your light. They're like, nobody's that happy. I know you have something that makes you sad. I know there's something, right? So needless to say, I can relate to Joe Dispenza. I love him. If you get a chance to look him up, he changed my life many years ago. I have a lot of teachers, okay, over the years, people that I've watched probably since I was about 19 years old. Louise Hay, may the Most High rest her soul. She was a Libra, okay, for her beautiful body of work. She's amazing. Who else? Florence Scovel Shin, okay, she's a practitioner from the 1920s. May the Most High forever be pleased with that ascended master, okay. A lot of teachers I had. I love Michael Seeley, sleep guided meditation, okay. I love Shaman Durek, who is a new teacher of mine. And I'm thinking to connect with him, hopefully in real life at some point. I really feel like he's going to be a big part of my life. I haven't really been sharing with a lot of people what I do behind the scenes, but taking classes, shamanic classes to further my spiritual awakening, to further my spiritual practice so that I can be a better version of myself for those people that need me to be a teacher, a leader, a guide, because my goal is to create leaders. I don't need no slaves. That shit is draining. No, man. And even if it wasn't, for what? I don't need no slaves. I need people that can become leaders. So when I see people ascend, when I see that they don't need my help as much as they did initially, I love that. I love that. That means, oh, my work here is done. Listen, I love that. I really do. Listen. The universe is saying, be true to yourself in all ways, in totality, not halfway, not somewhat, but authenticity. Remember, we spoke on depression. Depression, in my opinion, is somebody that is pushing down their authentic nature. Who are you with? Where are you that you're not able to be authentically you? Whatever that is, you're going to have to take a bet on life. You're going to have to gamble here and figure it out. Maybe it's a job you need to walk away from. Maybe you've been doing a job for so long that it's monotonous. Maybe you're bored. Now it's time to step out and do something new. Whatever it is, you're going to have to find it, because guess what? There's no way that you could be the same person that you were 10 years ago. This is why things make you depressed, because you're changing. So to do the same things and you're a different person now with new gifts and new talents is requiring for you to do something else. It can be very, very scary. I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. No. But guess what? Being somebody that you are no more is harder. It's like being your own worst enemy. This says, be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception, and that's okay, because that's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or your beauty. Remember, your beauty is what you hold within you, your authenticity. Stand tall in your power. Ooh, I encourage myself to do that. I can resonate with that. I'm going to take that and obsessively and compulsively, intentionally, deliberately, just focus on all the positive messages that these angels are telling us right now, that the universe is giving us. Excuse me, I got a little spiritual burp. Ooh, I'm so glad I get to burp. You know what I'm saying? Like little things. Like it's somebody somewhere trying to burp, honey. Okay, listen, I'm so grateful for everything. Oh, I'm so grateful. This says, don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Listen, this is like setting them boundaries, you know? Sometimes, you know, people don't know how to say no. No is a complete sentence. I had to learn that. Okay? I had to learn that. Some people like, but I really need you to do this. And you're like, no. And they're just pulling at your heartstrings, you know. Sometimes it's children, a husband, whatever. Sometimes no is just no. And when somebody tells you no, you have to be able to receive it just the same. Whatever you put out, you need to be able to take it back. Period. If somebody tells you no, then hey, that's what it is. But real friendships, right? They're not hypersensitive in insecurities like that. Yeah, no, it's a no. They're not hypersensitive. Oh, you didn't call me today. Oh, you didn't. No, we're out of the energy of codependency. Remember, we did the shadow work. This is what it looks like with us moving forward. This is what it looks like with you becoming somebody new. What a beautiful time to do that during the October season with Scorpio. Go on and die. Die already, okay? The old version of you, whoever you were, whoever you was, whatever it is, please let him go. Please let her go. And encourage yourself to transform. And what does a transformation look like? Be very, very specific. Well, you know, it goes a little something like this. Well, I see myself as a very confident person. I speak my truth very effortlessly. It comes from a very pure space. And when I speak my truth from a very pure space, guess what? I can take the truth. I can handle it. So when somebody's telling me the truth about something that they feel or whatever their perception of something is, I can take that. Even if I don't agree with it, I receive their truth as their truth. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Okay, yeah, I don't agree with that, but I see what you're saying. Okay, you know, all is fair in love and life. Listen. This says, don't place limits upon yourself. I am a limitless being. Listen, you are an infinite being with unlimited potential. I am an infinite being with unlimited potential. I can be whoever I want to be whenever I need to be that. So who am I deciding that I want to be now? Deliberately, consciously do this, not unconsciously. You know, they say, stay woke. You're awakened now. So now that I've awakened, this is what the new me looks like. She could have a new body. She could have a new hairdo because she's representing the energy on the inside of me that has changed, that is ultimately manifesting to the surface, right? Of course your look is going to change because your inner man, inner woman has changed. Listen, this says you can and be anything that you want to be. I refuse to hold myself back. And I don't want to hold anybody else back either. This is your life. Say that. This is my life. Live it in your truth. Live it how you want to live it. Live it unapologetically. And remain centered in your heart's desires at all times. Why do we have to be so aware of our heart posture? Because that's where the truth lies. If you really want to know who somebody is and what's on their heart and what's in their mind, listen to what they talk about. Even if they're coming along to mirror you and they're a fake energy and they don't know who they are, sometimes people are just wandering. They don't know who they are. They think they want to be you. They like that you're standing in your authenticity, so they copy you or whatever. They don't know who they are, right? But they're showing you that they don't know who they are. Somebody's got to be the standard. Somebody's got to be the teacher. So it's okay when you get people to try to copy you. It's really an honor. I know sometimes it can be irritating, but you're changing way too much for anybody to ever try to be you in its totality. At some point, they're going to hit a brick wall. And they're just going to have to take what they see, they admire about you, and apply it to something to become their own authentic self. Period. We all got people that we admire, right? We all have people that we've looked at and we're like, damn, she's courageous. She's just unapologetic. Or no matter what her size is, or no matter what his size is, he's confident. Oh my God, I wish I could be that confident. Right. So take it as a compliment. We're changing way too much for anybody to figure out who you are. You are a organic, natural, authentic energy signature. I had to figure that out. So, my God, people used to irritate me, y'all. Let me just have a commercial break. There was this one girl in school. Oh my God, she used to irritate the shit out of me. She would copy the way that I write. She would copy, because I had a very distinctive penmanship. I was very authentic, very creative. You know, I taught myself to do hair. I could draw. I was really good at a lot of things. So I had a way that I would write that was very artsy, and she would copy the way that I wrote. Then I would get a hair color and she would get the hair color. Then I would talk a certain way. And one day I was like, dang, she sounds like me. And I absolutely hated it with a passion. I'm gonna be honest. It's not a lot of things that I hate, but I hated it. Not only that, this bitch had the nerve to be, being a better version of me than I was. Like, people liked it. I was like, what is this? That's me. That's the stuff that I say, right? And she was gaining this popularity. I was working for her by way of my energy signature. And I had to learn early on. Now looking back in hindsight, I was very immature, not understanding how authentic I was. I would get so irritated because it was like I was fighting to be more authentic than the version of myself. And it would irritate me so much. Now, child, listen, I changed so much. I'm so creative by way of an expression, and so are you, that nobody can really copy you. When you see people doing that, see it as a form of admiration. Now, some of them are a little batshit crazy, okay? Let's just be honest. They don't know who they are. They're still soul searching. They don't know what they want for themselves. But you set the bar because there's something about you. There's a je ne sais quoi about you. There's a standard that you uphold by way of authenticity. And people don't know what the it factor is, but they want it. So they attempt to be you, try you. They try to mirror you. They try to, they're just doing the best that they can. Everybody has to be put in a category. That's like the people that I deal with. I know exactly who they are. I'm like, okay, yeah, you just somebody that I talk to that I want to bullshit with. We don't go deep. I know you are an enemy. But keep your enemies close, right? Keep them close. It's vital. It's essential. Be nice to them. Listen, they'll always tell you what's going on. They'll always tell you what their issue is with you. 9 times out of 10, their issue is with you that you see through their fakeness. Keep them close, send them flowers. Be nice to them. At some point, you'll love them to death. It's the truth. See, love them to death. What does that mean? Love them into a transformation? Yeah. Where the bullshit has to die? Yeah. Where they gotta be their real selves, whatever they thought they were, that energy has to die. It can't be amongst the living. So you thrust them into an awakening is what you do, whether they realize that or not. Your enemy will become your footstool. They will become your best teacher. This is a fact, proven, tested, and tried. And then I got a group of people that I know, hey, when I talk to you, it's philosophy, zodiac, astronomy, astrology. You want to talk about religion, the Bible, the Vatican, the Leviathans, I got groups, honey, that I dibble and I dabble in, right? These are all my little friend groups, right? But I know who they are. You have to categorize people. You can't expect something more from one person than who you are authentically. Now, one might say and one might conceive, well, that's not authentic. If you're doing this, this, and this, and this, and you got friends. No, what it's saying is you're respecting the many levels of your life and you're understanding that everybody is your teacher, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Now, I got some people I really go deep with. I can have a deep conversation. I got other people, child, I ain't no way I can have a conversation. They stuck on divine masculines. They stuck on some stupid stuff. They stuck on playing games. They making offerings to jinns. They think they're going to take my power. Like they still on some BS, right? So I let them. I just allow them. I watch them and I go, interesting. And this is real, y'all. I got some people that really, really trying to get close to me and they really doing some dark stuff, right? So I watch it. Okay, hey, all right. Yeah, they're simple. But then I got some people on a whole nother level, baby. Those are the groups that I enjoy. I got one person that I talk to for hours. I remember me and this person talked, oh my God. We talked from maybe 10 at night to 6 in the morning. That's a good conversation. Because I usually got to get my sleep. We went so deep. Breaking down the Bible, breaking down the underworld, the higher realms, the heavenly realms, past life. I was like, who is this person? And this is somebody that I they worked to get close to me. It wasn't fast, but that's an engaging conversation. You know how when something is worth your energy, you don't come out of the conversation tired and drained, and yeah. I didn't feel tired. I felt invigorated. I felt like, damn, that makes perfect sense. Damn, that's the missing piece to the puzzle. Wow, I'm getting something out of this conversation. And then there was source that was intervening on our behalf, stuff that was coming back to my memory from past lifetimes of who I was that I could not have known. Least I had been going through a full awakening. Yeah, we talked from 10 at night to 6 in the morning. We're like, and it was interesting because, you know, the person said, you know, the sun just came up. I'm like, I know. Isn't that amazing? The moon and the sun was in the sky at the same time on this particular night. Oh, I said particular light. I meant to say particular night, light, morning. I don't know. We were not morning though. We were absolutely having a supreme being rising. These are my real conversations. This is like, you can't be guarded. You have to surrender to those types of relationships because they take you so deep. That is a beautiful reflection of who I am. The rest of it, you know, you're patient with people, right? But I don't count them out. Nevertheless, that was a little bit of a tangent. Have a conversation with Neff. Come on in. This says, go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Remember why you started. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and release them. So let's just say right now, I literally, obsessively, consistently, deliberately, I'm releasing all of these old wounds, heartbreaks, confusion, whatever this is that's still lying dormant, that I'm not willing to admit to myself, that comes up when I get triggered and I don't know it's still there until I get triggered. I want to release all of that right now. I'm doing it intentionally. This is an affirmation, y'all, okay? So I intentionally, right now, finally, I release all of these old wounds. Yes, I acknowledge them. It's one thing to release something, but don't you have to acknowledge it? Don't you have to give it attention first to realize that it's there? You know how many people are walking around saying, I'm fine. I don't have nothing going on. I don't know. And maybe they don't. But why you so aggressive? Why you so aggressive? What's going on? Yeah, why you so aggressive with being okay. But you know, just send them love and light. Send love and light to yourself too, so that way you can figure out how to get away from them and allow them to heal and have space to grow. This says, keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence, okay? So I am moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. This is an affirmation that I encourage you to obsessively, compulsively, deliberately focus on for the next 24 to 48 hours, 365 days, however long you want to take that affirmation. Make it a part of your DNA, so much so that it just becomes organic, that we are just breathing positivity. It's very easy. You don't have to do it deliberately. You just do it consciously, easily. It's just a part of who you are. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. This says, resilience is one of my strongest qualities. It has got me through so many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on the inner tower of strength anytime that you need it. You've got this. Listen, you got this. You got everything that you need. So if people come into your life, if people leave your life, you still got you. You got this. This is what it is. Listen, let's just pull from the Namaste, stress less. And then we're going to close out this spiritual session. I like to keep these nice and short, you know, so maybe you can listen in the morning, maybe having a cup of tea, or maybe late in the evening before you go to bed. These videos, you know, they're so nice to go to bed on a positive note. One thing I recommend, never, ever, 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 go to bed angry. Never wake up angry. No, no, no. Whatever it is, find a way to get rid of it. Whatever it is, whoever it is, mentally, physically, spiritually, I'm going to need you to grab whatever that energy is by the bootstraps and get rid of it. To me, that is offensive to the physical body. It is a blaspheming energy. Never go to bed angry. Let it go. Even if you didn't agree with that, go to sleep. You know, Spirit, that shit was wrong. Take a deep breath, release it, but it's all good. And go to sleep. Get you some rest, let your body restore itself. 9 times out of 10, you're going to dream about what the solution is. And when you wake up in the morning, it's a brand new day. No need to mourn in the morning. I meant to say when you rise on a grand level, right? And even if you mourn, give reverence to that. The worst thing that anybody can do is act like they're not angry when they're angry, or act like they're not sad when they're sad. No. You know what I used to do, y'all? True story. I would say, damn, that hurt. I would say this in the privacy of myself, like, damn, this person betrayed me. That really did hurt me. I was nice to this person, right? This is how I think when I'm by myself. I'll say, you know what? I'm going to give this the next 24 hours. This is when something has really, really hit me at my core, or somebody made it past my threshold of trust, right? Or made it up under my radar, right? I'll give it 24 hours. I'll sit, I'll get still. If I want to cry, I cry. If I want to be mad about it, I'm mad. But I do it in the presence of myself. I don't project it onto anybody else. I won't go around anybody. I don't feel like that's fair when I'm not feeling okay to project that energy. I always want to be at a high vibration when I'm around people. I don't really do this much anymore because I feel like I've kind of mastered certain levels of like pain, I guess, and letting people go. Yeah, like I just feel like, oh, okay, I guess that was our time together. Like that's how I see it now, honestly, at this level in my life. But what I used to do, and it worked for me, I would give it 24 hours, especially if it was a breakup. I would cry, I would lay in the bed, I would turn my phone off, I would really give it its reverence. And then I would say to myself, you know what, I'm tired of thinking about this. I've given this enough time and attention. I would decide too how long I was gonna give this some type of attention. I would literally say to myself, okay, how long are we gonna be mad about this? How long you plan on being sad about this? I would ask myself that, right? Because I knew nobody else was coming. So I always gave myself tough love. This true story. Does this make me better than anybody else? No. I just learned to be my own savior. I learned what works for me. I created a persona that was a lot stronger than who I was at the moment. The persona, the alter ego, oh, she was a badass. She'd be like, get up, do your hair, get this shit together. Don't do that again. This was my alter higher self. I ain't gonna even say alter ego. She was my highest version of myself. She was me at a perfect level. She was me based on who I was becoming, confident. So I would use her in my spiritual closet. Like, get your punk ass up. Okay, so he cheated. What now what? You don't feel beautiful? One thing I can tell you is that version of myself got tired of me laughing at myself. I was like, get your ass up. This is not you. Go get a pedicure, go get a manicure, do your hair. What is it gonna take to make you feel better? And as horrible as I was feeling, I didn't stop moving. That's the worst thing you could do. Get your punk ass up. That's what you gotta tell yourself. Get your punk ass up. Get up. But my mom and my dad and my sister, I'm like, just don't stop moving. You can cry, just keep them feet moving. You're not dead, you're alive. Keep moving, join the living, get up. Right? Because in all reality, even when you're going through those traumas, guess who you're really looking at? You. I can sit up here all day long and be like, oh, my ex, he did this. Yeah, but I got to look at myself. I allowed him into my life. I allowed him into my body. I ignored the red flags. I didn't want to heal from childhood trauma, which is why I was playing out the same scenario in a household situation, in a marital situation. Usually 9 times out of 10, if you've not healed from childhood trauma with your mama, your daddy, your cousin, whoever, you're just going to repeat those same people, places, and things. I know, because I had a parent that I didn't forgive, and guess what? I went to a job and the lady reminded me so much of my mother. I said, oh my God, I keep running into the same energy. I'm going to need to really go deep. You're just going to meet the same energy in a different situation. How many times did you choose the same person over and over? All those relationships, whatever they were, they're all the same. Until you say, okay, hold up. Something here is a pattern. Something here is on repeat. What is this merry-go-round that I'm on? Why do I keep attracting these same people? Because there's something in you by way of the ego that refuses to die and see yourself in a way that you need to stop doing something. And so once I killed my ego, I had a funeral for my ego, put that bitch to rest, meaning the ego, not me. I'm not a bitch, but the ego's a bitch. Sometimes you need the ego, right? But I put it to rest and I said, look, you need to stop. What's going on inside? Not the lashes, not the eyebrows, not, okay, you got that. You look good, girl. Okay, this is how I used to talk to myself in my spiritual closet. I kid you not. My higher self would talk to me this way. She was brutal. She was honest. She was confident. She didn't give a damn. She was going to tell me like it was. And she always put the blame on me. Always. Were you the one that became friends with her? Didn't this person show you who they were the first time? Didn't this person show you who, like, yeah. So where did you think that you were going to be able to save somebody more than you were able to save yourself? The savior's complex had to die. At least when it related to me saving other people that didn't want to be saved. Yeah, I'll tell y'all a little bit more in the next video. Needless to say, one thing at a time is what this card says. The world is now a multitasker's dream. Today, everyone has to manage, scattered thoughts. Focus your thoughts. When you find yourself drifting into something old, okay, how long you gonna think about that? I know somebody that was talking about something for 20 years. I said, how long y'all been divorced? Girl, we got divorced. And I said, okay, you know it is 2024, right? And sometimes people are like, you're an asshole. Like, why you gotta say it like that? Because I'm telling myself the truth. I can't sit in a false narrative. I can't have a fake conversation. If you don't want to know the truth, please don't come and ask me, because I'm telling myself the truth. I can't tell you a lie. And if I see parts of my old self in you, then naturally I'm really talking to myself. If I see the foolish nature of myself in you and your circumstance, and I can relate, I'm going to say something. Because you're giving me permission, because you're bringing your story to me. You're saying, I need to tell you something. You want to tell me, do you want my opinion, or do you just want to hear what it is that you got to say? Because if you just want to hear yourself talk, then you need to get into your spiritual closet and go have a conversation. But if you come to me, I'm going to ask you, you want to know what I think? 9 times out of 10, people don't want to know what you think. When you find somebody arguing with you over something that they just told you about themselves, let them. Do not go back and forth with somebody about their own situation and their circumstance. Why would you do that when they came to you with the situation? Right? 9 times out of 10, if it's not something that I've been through, I will not speak on it. I will even say, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I ain't never been through nothing like that. But here's what I've been through and here's what I did. Because I can bring up all my trauma for the most part. Like 99.9% of it, and talk about it, y'all, and it doesn't bother me. Because now I can use it as a tool to be relatable to people who are going through trauma. They're like, you don't understand, you're so perfect, you're so happy. I'm like, girl, bye. Was it easy? No. You want me to lie to you? You want me to tell you the truth? Is you getting through whatever this traumatic situation going to be easy? No, it's not. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up. You're going to have to put some muscle in it. You're going to sweat a little bit. You might even sweat a lot. But what you do with this experience is totally up to you. Even after we leave this conversation, you have to make a decision for yourself. Even after I leave this conversation, I have to make a decision for myself. What did I get out of that, and what did I give? Ooh, don't exhaust yourself over people, child, that ain't willing to be exhausted over their situation that they refuse to change. Needless to say, this says, when you can rid yourself of all these other obligations while focusing on what it is that you're supposed to be doing at that moment, focus on the thought and the task right now, like right now, in this moment with y'all. I'm not thinking about nothing else. I'm thinking about what I'm doing right here with you, which is sharing love and light. I'm truly engulfed in this. I'm not thinking about, oh, dinner, him, them, they. No, because the mind has to be a compass. One has to learn how to control it. The mind is a muscle. This is why focusing in on something good is vital. And if you can't focus for 3 seconds, then try, work at it. A good exercise is sitting in one spot. I haven't done this in years. and counting mentally. See how far you can get with counting quietly, breathing, without your mind being distracted. You know how many people sit down to meditate, child, and they start thinking about all kinds of stuff, reality TV shows. That's what's in your mind. Okay, you got to clean out all that debris. Your only obligation is to be sitting in one spot, focused on your breathing, focused on the now, and that's it. You know the mind will give you every reason to get up from that spot. When I first started to meditate with my OCD, I was like, did I turn the water off in the bathroom? Oh my God, did I put the trash cans out for the trash man? Like, girl, you're supposed to be meditating. That is your only responsibility. Oh my God, what time is it? Yeah, make time to meditate. Out of 24 hours in a day, you need to give yourself some time. If it's 8 minutes, 30 minutes, you at least deserve at least 1 hour out of 24 hours in a day to sit and be quiet and do absolutely nothing. Where you don't have to use no brain cells. You just let your brain cells get rejuvenated by the fact that you ain't having to do anything but just be. And get in the flow, being in the current moment. Yeah, listen, rest and recover is what that card says at the bottom. So this is the message. This is the part of the video that I think I enjoy just as much as I enjoy taking 3 deep breaths. I enjoy wrapping my arms around myself, saying, I release all things that no longer serve my highest good. Say this with me. We can't mess it up. You can make your own affirmation if you want to, wrapping your arms around yourself. Sometimes I go to bed, y'all, with my arms wrapped around myself. It's 3:22 on the clock, letting myself know that, guess what? I got your back. You're my number one lady. I love you. I love you. I do. You have every right to be here. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You're amazing. You're incredible. You're unapologetic. Speak your truth. Be honest. How you feel about yourself and others, and the truth will constantly be revealed to me. This is what I say to myself. I don't fret over things that are being hidden from me anymore. I surrender it, and guess what? The truth always comes out. Walk in the truth and you'll get the truth. Wrapping your arms around yourself. I love you. Sometimes it's nice to say that in the mirror too, but I love y'all so much. I send you love and light. I will absolutely see you in the next video. Until then, peace be with you.